It's day 2 of the Alliance for Youth Movement Summit in London. Young leaders from around the world have gathered for the conference to share how they're going to use new technology to organize and mobilize. Our Kaylee Hartung and CBS News national security analyst Juan Zarate now join me from the summit via Skype. Hey guys, Kaylee, tell me what's going on at the summit today.
You know, it's a really amazing group of about 100 young people, all working, whether it's with non-governmental organizations, nonprofits, to create social movements, social change. They're learning how to use these tools of technology, connectivity tools, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, Skype in this case, to really get their message out. So you've got leaders from Silicon Valley, the technology industry, working with these grassroots young activists to support their cause. Yeah. And
Juan, tell me about how what you've seen and heard links up with your experience, which is to say, how does all of this great new technology actually work in practice?
Well, John, what's really interesting about AYM, the Alliance for Youth Movements, is the fact that it's a network of networks. It's an attempt to galvanize a global movement of these groups that are using new technology to be socially active, to affect things like violence, to affect things like extremism and terrorism. And so what's really fascinating about this, and this is something that started in 2008 with a launch in New York, and now this is the third summit. What's interesting about this is really kind of civil society 2.0, really taking charge of these issues. And what's interesting from a national security perspective is that this in many ways aligns with U.S. national security interests. And I think the State Department's done a very good job of supporting this effort. And I think we're going to see this global movement start to grow. And as technology expands, we're going to see more and more movements learn how to really affect change both locally and globally.
And Kaylee, you have 2 people there who are deeply involved in the summit. Tell us who they are.
I do, absolutely. You know, we had some news break here today with Jared Cohen from the State Department and Wallach, who is the founder and president of studioBenZion. So, guys, tell us about this new initiative that you're working together on.
Well, thank you, Kaylee. The State Department partnered with University of California, Berkeley to roll out what's a truly exciting deliverable. And there's no shortage of people around the world with opinions and views about the many challenges that we face. What we've tried to do through this partnership is create a platform and a portal through which people can share their opinions, share their views, and actually see where their views fall into a larger collection of ideas. The State Department's listening. The State Department's eager to get people's views and opinions. The Secretary of State views it as an essential aspect of 21st century statecraft to engage and empower people, and technology is one of the most important ways to do that.
Now, Ari, can you explain to us how this technology works?
Yeah, so Opinion Space is really using cutting-edge technology. It's some of the same mathematics behind Amazon.com's book recommendation engine. But in this instance, we're actually using it to ask and get opinions and then aggregate them across really a visual sphere. So in the end, it's not allowing what usually happens, which is people who really feel strongly one way or another. It's really grouping people with other people who feel and share some of the same opinions. So in this way, we're really thinking we're going to encourage dialogue in a way that we haven't really seen on a platform like this before.
And John, we're going to hear more from these guys later this week on Washington Unplugged. Ari is going to give me a little tutorial and actually show us how this technology works. It's really 21st century statecraft at work.
That's great. Thanks so much, Kaylee. And Juan, have a good time on your trip as well as checking out all that new and interesting stuff.